Hello? Didn't realize my mic was on here. Did you use your teeth? No. What is happening? You mean me streaming? Was streamed down. Oh, you missed it. Hi. Hello. So, I get, hold on. Should I do this? But it's kind of like that. Can't believe your neighbor is so mean. No, that's not what happened. Our neighbor is a, rather elderly woman. Even when I was really young, I would have called her old. Not, unfortunately, I don't want it to come off as rude, but like, just to set the stage for this poor unfortunate woman. And she hired somebody because our city kind of has, our city fucking sucks. Our city has like, basically she was being told that she had to chop down, parts of a tree that were hanging out her backyard and into an alleyway. And she hired somebody to come over and chop at this tree to meet the guidelines that were needed, right? Sure, whatever. What ended up happening was that this dude just kind of chopped at the base of this like whole branch and just had it fall onto her fence, and it ended up in such a way that ended up stuck in the fence, like at the very tip of her fence. It was like stuck in it, like this thick ass part of this tree. Like it wasn't just like some side branch. It's like a whole ass young tree has fallen over at her fence and is gone down the side and into the alley. From the alley was blocked by this branch that was cut down. And the guy went, I did it, bye. So she tells this to my dad, and my dad comes in, he recruits me, and we go out there and he gets his little chainsaw and we're chopping at pieces at the wood. Right, drop the at. No, that's and he's taking parts of it that he wants to use. That's how thick this branch was. He's chopping at it and getting like logs and being like, this will be good. This is good wood. Take that, son. Put it out where I put my wood. Right? That's how thick this branch was. I'm having difficulty calling it a branch. He collects the wood. It's good wood. It's good wood, son. Right? And eventually we're in the middle of this. We're throwing random branches up and into the back of his truck when the city shows up and they're like, hey, we'll take this. We'll handle this. And that's what happened. So it would have been even longer if it weren't for the city. One day I'll treat you to a nice vacation in the woods. It was during the mini game. I don't know why I imagined you just gave it the old shoulder grab and moved it somewhere. It was larger than that. No, Mikey, this wasn't like, haha, there's a couple branches in the alleyway. Mikey. This thing was thick. It was like, it was bad. I'll be over here and remove it. How are you gonna know what song it was? Life is full of surprises. Thank God you're not just handsome, also big and strong. How do I describe this damn thing? Again, okay. So, yeah, so nice of the neighbors. Again, this woman, I swear to God, has to be at least early 90s. If he's not doing it who the hell is. Apparently some jackass she hires off the internet. But, and I mean, she's helped us tons. She's babysat me. Like, she babysat me before. Like, this is like a neighbor we've had forever. Like, how could we not pay back, you know? God, how do I even describe this thing? So, her fences are about, and I'm gonna be metric for you all. I hope you appreciate this. I would say they're about like maybe 266 centimeters tall. They're tall fences. This part he cut down, again, was cut at the very top, went all the way down that, and then all the way across the alleyway. With the alleyway, your hand couldn't reach the top. It'd be close. My hand would be close to the top. I might have to jump, and I could touch it. I would say that if I were just reach up standing, I'd probably be about, okay, now I'm gonna throw off the initial measurement that I gave. If I'm gonna guess that me reaching my hand up and touching near it would be short by like 60 centimeters. It's tall. Like, a shake and jump confirmed. I say it's like 250, 280 centimeters. Tall ass fences. And in American, fences can only be like, I think, 8 to 12 feet. And I think she went for the max. It's pretty high. I know. They're taller than me, Mikey. By a significant amount. That means they're pretty tall. 12 feet, maybe? No. No, not 12 feet. That's a lie. 12 feet's exaggerating. I'm sorry. Jail yard. It's not my fence. But I don't think it's 12 feet. I think I'm lying. I'm thinking like, it might be like 7 to 9. Maybe. You click the appeal muted audio in the video producer tab, should show you the name of the song, can do later. Okay. I mean, I'm just chilling while we wait for people to come back, so we can check it out. Tall fence. So again, the whole fence. So let's pretend. Let's just pretend, okay, that the fence is just 7 feet. In metric, that's like 200 meters. Let's pretend that this is like super short. I can like look over it if I jump, which I can't. But let's pretend. So like 200 centimeters, and then across the alleyway, which is easily like actually 280 to 300 centimeters across, because a car can drive down it. And it's got like 2 little side patches of grass, right? So it's the whole covering the whole thing. And they got thick centerpiece here. That was like, I don't know. And again, this is me trying to use metric. Maybe across the whole thing, like 80 centimeters, maybe 60. Trevor, it's a beaverwood. You're very excited about that log. I'm not. I'm just trying to like just make it clear how ridiculous this is. I'm here in video producer. I don't see what you're talking about. Peel mute audio in the producer tab. I'm in video producer. I have 0 copyright strikes. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Time Station by Sochi Terita. And this happened on the previous VOD too. For the same song, Time Station. paste that in chat. That's Ape Escape. Oh, that sucks. All right. Anyway, hi. 8 viewers. I guess that's close to what we had. This is the worst thing you can do as a streamer, by the way. It's just suddenly stop streaming and then keep streaming. It's not good, but it's fine. Because the alternative was that my dad was doing all that shit, and he should not be doing all that shit. There was a log that he wanted, that like I was carrying most of them, and there was one last piece that he picked up, and he was like, "Oh, I take this." It's bad. Because he, like, my dad's very strong. But like recently he, like, I'm gonna go with pulled a muscle, because I really hope he didn't, like, fuck up a rib doing something else. This is better than making a huge void in the VOD. Alright. But yeah, like, I was like, I gotta do this. I would do it regardless, but especially, I gotta do this. Have marble game on quick draw. Are you implying that while I was gone, you guys should have just playing marble by yourselves? Is there a way to like auto run marble? Is that an option? I mean, I have it downloaded. I could have done that. I didn't know that was real. Okay. All right, next time. Marble's off stream. Yeah. What is marble game? There's like a marble racing game. Where, you can see like little marbles that, yeah, it's horse racing. Basically, but like you left marbles around that have your name on them. Okay. Well, all the locals are here. I imagine Nemo went to bed. So I guess I'll get started. Feel bad for Khaled and Jalen. They followed today, and I'm like, okay, I have to leave. This game is more Ace Attorney. I mean, this is just the tutorial, and they already fucked with me. What was it? Twice? Twice. It was like these two options, something else, and it was something else twice. So, let's just repeated this game 2 follows in 2 hours. This game, I don't know what it is about this series. This series does 2 things. Everyone wants to watch me play this. Strangers will come off the street to come and watch this game. Great, cool, love that. Second thing, my personal life gets messed up. There's something I have to do in the middle of the intro case. This is like twice now? 3 times maybe? Something happens. Hey, there's somebody claimed there was another person to see the crime like that. I must ask. I must ask, is this the truth? Well, no. I think you know the answer to that. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. So you haven't mellowed out one bit, Kristoff. Justice. Justice. Community's very nice. I love the Ace Attorney effect. Abandon your real life persona. It has outlived its usefulness. Stop having a personal life. Dad, I can't help you. I'm too busy reading dialogue online. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so carry on without me. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. How lucky you wear. Is that really yours, Mr. Wright? You're wondering about the victim's disappearing logger? Here, take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. I thought you were gay. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. A mage. Yeah. Who's the mother? Oh, it's totally that one lady, isn't it? Gumshoe. Hey, Belle. Look at her baby. She has your eyes. No, but I'm thinking, God, what's her name? She was like the last trial. She had like that twin. The evil twin. And she was nice and raised in the mountains. That girl. Anyway. One more question. The black-haired girl, yeah. The one who cleaned that night. Was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. And that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Oh, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Your body language can be a valuable resource of information. You're kidding. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who noticed that? Words, habits, twitches, it's all information for the reader. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. I'm not worthy. I just know I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? Why is my phone ringing? What the? Sorry about that. Oh, and I left it on the part of no music. A freak would notice that, but really, Mikey? We will. Soon. My dad wanted to know where I put the chainsaw, because he just left. He was like, wait, did you take the chainsaw on the side? And I went, yes. And he went, oh, thank God. I love you, wise son. And I said, I love you too, Dad. But thank you for noticing. Oh, I almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. I knew it. And my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. I need your power! What is this? Dragon Ball? What do you... my power? And none of the courts to steal that special. Time. Real trial begins now. Do your best. Oh, of course. Wear this word just for cat food. Not quite. Oh, sorry, mouse. You guys should Twitch stream too. Dad is removing a forest and building a house from logs. Join 12:14 p.m. District Court. Room number 2. Wait, number 2? What? Court will now reconvene. As our witness, Miss Olga Orley recovered.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness.
Did you hear her version of the events again?
That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued.
A little bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne.
Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand.
Very well. The witness take the stand.
Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession?
Why is Phoenix so shady now?
Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and poorer loser.
Not. Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. People call me Olga Quick Fingers Orley. Really? Want to know something else? I'm not really Russian. And my last name sounds like, oh, really? There, that's the truth. Hope you're satisfied.
Witness, you tell the court what you were really up to that night.
Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? A reminder that you are currently under oath. Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Fine. She's a Pokemon trainer. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy, Smith, hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowls Club several days prior to the night of the game as a waitress. So you're in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith was a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. It was about destroying a legend, the unbeatable Phoenix Wright. It was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When the hands were revealed, Smith would call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card, and the trap would snap shut. Swap the cards. Expose the cheater and lose it on top of it. It would have made a great double play. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. I had the theory that Phoenix has had a poker face this whole time. He's masking, and that's why he seems so shady. Oh, you think he's playing into being... No, he's a bad boy. He got red-handed and cheating would cast doubt on the prior wins. 7-year legend destroyed by one little card. That was the plan. The plan.
Oh, really? Oh, really? How droll. But it appears you made quite the mistake.
A mistake?
I agree. The trap was elegant. Yet, what happened on that planted card? What happened to that planted card?
Hey, that's right.
He's lucky, I'll give him that.
You'd have to be slip-free from trip. You'd have to be slip-free from a trap laid by Olga Quickfingers O'Reilly. Oh, really? The witness would be much cuter if she... Huh? The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind trick. What?
Cute? Who wants to be cute?
I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. Bad, bro. Well, yes, for being bad, perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it sprung. That night, I'm playing the card like I was supposed to, and Wright lost the last hand, just like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him, but the planted card was gone. Trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. The hand thing. It was me who hit Smith. It was the no-go chain defender. Especially frank testimony that leaves us mostly in the dark. That was perfect, I tell you. Perfect. If that Ron Chin hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Our testimony, for its worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. And is this like her? Who needs criminals? Defendants like Mr. Wright. Who needs prosecutors? I'm back. What did I miss? The recess. The reveal. Everything you already know. Me describing a giant tree that fell onto this neighbor's fence and was in the middle of the alleyway. We had to clear.
This planted card. Which card was it exactly? Trump card. The 5 of hearts. Or let me guess. Mr. Wright was to have switched to 5 with the ace to make a full house. At least that's what you're going to accuse him of doing, thereby ruining his legend. I slid into Rat's pocket. When was this? Why, before the match, of course. While he was eating. At the Borscht Bowl Club, we served borscht and suckers. Remind me never to go there. Of course, Scar was to make his grand debut during the game. Like a good borscht, a good plow must be cooked up early and allowed to thicken. Rat lost. So, everything went according to plan. Exactly. The 5th ace came up, so it's obvious this went off without a hitch. Once the ace card was found in his pocket, Rat would be forever known as a cheat and a fraud. Worse things be known as, I suppose. That's what happened with the search. But the planted card was gone. Trap failed. The card disappeared? Yeah, my trump card, the 5 of hearts. Gone. Got a trace. Poof. Zippo. Zivari. We searched every nook and cranny, even inside his cute little hat. The card was nowhere to be found, is this correct? Never in my long storied career has Quick Fingers or really been so readily duped. Oh really? What did happen to that 5 of hearts? Look at me. Why don't you ask that cheating, lying, two-faced defendant? So the 5 of hearts is still missing in action. That's when Rat picked up a bottle and swung it. You're lying. Wait, isn't that a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat, which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What was that just now? I sensed something. I'm turning wrong, Mr. Justice. No, nothing, Your Honor. Something stinks. What did it do? Is it really? You're hiding something. What are you talking about? You... Me? The Quick Fingers, really? I had something? An eventual refrain from baseless accusations? I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Mr. Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this like weird vibe I'm getting? Yeah, it's real mellow. It's ruining my vibe.
That witness, for instance, was so really, she would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice?
Touching her neck, was it?
What is this? My mouse is on. No, it's not.
Oh. What's going on?
Why am I activating my like Naruto eye thing? I haven't watched Naruto. I don't know what that joke was. I'm moving on.
This sensation. It's coming into focus. There, the twitch. That twitch.tv/SJE. It's so clear. It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before.
Gotcha! I'm perceiving.
Miss O'Reilly, perhaps you are unaware of this yourself. Unaware of what? Whenever you get into a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. When she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts to the memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. Her memory? Memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about?
Well, this is highly unusual. It's just an event. You claim the witness remembered something? Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us?
Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, to remind her of the moment of the crime. Miss O'Reilly, whenever you recall the crime that night, scratch your neck. I have noticed it happen when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression of your neck is this.
Is it the bottle? Some Sharingan shit. You know what you're interesting? Anyone judge you for it? Boruto. There's no. That's real. I'm gonna do the bottle.
Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. And what reminds us more of that moment than this bottle, the murder weapon? But something doesn't fit. You were the only witness to the crime. Why would that make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's she talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit. Not you. This is cross-examination and a cross-wild conjecture. The witness habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. This is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Yet I am knowing nothing. We know you're not Russian.
Oh, this will testify, please. Now. Un-Russian?
Fine. He's the one who did. Unless at the top, I didn't let him out of my sights until the cops got here.
You are the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Hi, Sego.
Miss O'Reilly, we have a record here that clearly contradicts what you just said. It says that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and then made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely.
The cringe compilation.
The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night wasn't the defendant.
Showdown time. You dirty cheat! Check his pockets, now!
It's gone. The card's gone.
You lose.
Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to Rat, and he hit me.
You, some master cheater you turned out to be.
When I came to,
It was already dead. Is that it?
that's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If I came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure.
Well, where does this leave us?
Madness. This is madness. I'm dreaming. I must have been me who was with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this.
Bishop Atkinson is at his wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events?
Mr. Gavin, sir, I believe that the defense in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big, fat liar. What? They were in the room the night of the murder, the defendant, the victim, and her, and she has a motive.
Motive?
Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with their client, Mr. Smith, and the announcement of that argument was murder. Well, I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me.
What
tangle web we leave where we practice to deceive. So tangled, catch ourselves in the process.
Mr. Right.
Such hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying?
His hat really says Papa, doesn't it?
Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right. And Mr. Wright was saying before recess. A single card was swapped to the victim's hand after the murder, and the one who swapped the card didn't know the two colors of cards are being used. Fourth person.
Parappa the Rapper.
Fourth person.
This theory again. Your first person doesn't exist. Fourth person doesn't exist.
Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. Right at the beginning of the trial, no less.
What?
Paula, you know what I'm talking about.
Sorry.
Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she was considering the back color on the backs of the cards. Right. How could such an obvious mistake occur? Cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there's one person here, in our court, who thought those cards were blue. Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Paula, think you can figure out who it was?
It's not me, I swear.
Who is this fourth person?
Oh, I see a pointless spot like this. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue?
Dude, it's the mysterious prosecutor. He can't see the color red. It has to be a really, right? She's the one who described it. Right? Wait.
Oh no.
Maybe the victim? No, the victim didn't describe it as blue at the beginning of the case. It's her.
Apollo, do you seriously think that?
I think I'm seriously confused.
Seriously sorry. That didn't go well. Well, can't be helped. I almost missed it myself, but it doesn't do anyone any good to turn their eyes away from the truth, does it, Christoph? Oh? Oh?
Mr. Gavin?
You don't mean... Christoph Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. Of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is black and white. You can't tell which of the cards are blue, the ones on the floor, or the table. But look, you can see the colors in the photo. Yes, when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. It's true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. And it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition test.
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions, eh? Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame. No, the final outcome.
Oh my god.
Oh, Christoph?
Does Phoenix know what he's doing now? Did 7 years give him time to be like, you know what? Everything I say is right. So therefore... I mean, it's true though. It's not that far-fetched.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin, is something the matter?
No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so sudden. Right, you're not seriously accusing me, are you? Christoph? You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. I didn't even notice it. Neither did I. Neither did... That's what Phoenix just said.
This has got beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity. The defendant accuses his defense attorney of murder?
I assure you, I'm quite sane.
What possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim?
I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either.
Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met.
Well, what if they have?
The Vsauce music. Expecting you to miss it. I mean, it's such a small detail. They got me. It was good.
There's a possibility, after all. They may have met that night before the game started.
Or what are you suggesting?
Is this the truth Mr. Wright was saying silent about? Only one thing to do. Mr. Wright, the defense would like to request that you testify to the court.
The defense would like to request no such thing.
Mr. Gavin?
Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game could be related?
You dumbass. What are you talking about? Well, I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Gavin.
As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly...
Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Mr. Justice, the matter of the Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you.
Oh, okay.
Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony?
Hell, what? This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He's playing this all along, and I intended to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court.
It too, Justice? You would betray me, your teacher?
I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty.
It's about the justice. About me. About the truth.
Was Kristoff spying through that small window?
Well, defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand, please.
Now, that evening, Kristoff and I had dinner. Sat at the table in this photograph. J.D. Smith walked in 5 minutes after Kristoff left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. The girl was knocked out cold and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin.
Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club before the night of the murder?
I dealt with him rather frequently.
And you talked to him on the phone directly after the murder?
Quite against my will. I had to become involved in a murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him.
You ran this all along, weren't you, right? Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial.
The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now.
I thought my office was doing you a favor when you took your defense. It appears that I was wrong.
Oh, very well. Let me cross-examine the witness.
Justice.
Sir?
He's lying and you're going to expose him.
Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can't end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Kristoff is not in that picture? Yeah, because he ate before the photo. He's not lying. He doesn't have this tell. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? No, he doesn't eat at the Borscht Bowl quite frequently. We were enjoying a usual dinner at a usual spot, as usual.
Usual?
Always eat at the table closest to the piano.
I see. Where Mrs. Smith was sitting.
The place has a table from your dinner?
Indeed. Remnants of my meal with Kristoff. We dined for 2 hours, and Kristoff left. After that... 5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? And that would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure.
Oh, Mr. Wright. What was it you said? Kristoff Gavin and Shari Smith may have met?
I believe I did say that.
You're always all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall?
That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder.
Oh, it would be, if that was all that really happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? He says, as you can see in this picture, we were eating together. Poorly worded that. I mean, maybe there needs like be a comma, but it's not that bad. How about this failed trap? Is this the same trap that Miss Olga really mentioned? The plan was simple, elegant, really. You say we set up a trapezoid. Let's plant a card in Rat's pocket beforehand, then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their hands were revealed, Smith would call them out and search right. He would then pull out the planted card and the trap would snap shut.
Drop the card. I have to do double echo because this is a flashback in the flashback.
Just like that, legend would be dashed to base.
Yeah, harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it.
Yeah, quirk.
I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card.
Card she planted.
Yeah, I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card. Before the game. Or disposed? Where? And there was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle.
An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon?
Yeah, I rolled it up and shoved it in. Colored glass makes it hard to see. A battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama.
Card inside the murder weapon. That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look.
Mr. Wright, procurator of the Warden Number 3 proves it's a battle of wits. That's nice. It's not in here. This isn't the murder weapon. Oh boy. Please write testimony with this new information. There, the chapter in the game disposed of the card in the bottle. And now we present said bottle. Here we go. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yeah.
I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here.
No? Well, Mr. Wright, surely ellipses isn't all you have to say for yourself. I can't say I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however.
Huh? Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out. Oh, and a 6th person could have helped.
Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright, your client.
My apologies, Your Honor. I won't have you disparaging our evidence investigation either. You look tight, Bio. There is nothing.
So what's going on?
Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear?
Well, in any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for concise evidence.
Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. You and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO.
Oh, why do I get the feeling we're not on our client's side anymore? You know, press the rest and then come back. I think what's going on.
You made the call to the police from the 1st floor of the restaurant, correct?
Exactly. Cell phones don't get a signal down the hideout.
Is anyone else on the 1st floor at that time?
Not a soul. It's the middle of the night after all. So, there in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone.
And when you returned, the victim was already
dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all.
Guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin?
It's obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair. And I figured Christoph's Lofts, this would give me a friend rate for my defense fees.
I'm glad that you intend to pay.
Oh, I'll pay in full, Christoph. It was I who got you involved after all.
You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend, quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright is talking about? Yes, just know what you have to do. He's lying. Expose him, now. Yes, sir. That thing, what's Mr. Wright trying to tell me with his testimony?
Do you go back to the bottle?
Mr. Wright, if I may.
Yes.
I have examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here.
Oh, yeah, no, that's strange. Alright.
What's going on? straight out of this again? Or in any case, please continue the cross-examination. What? Oh. Oh. Hmm.
Is that a cut on his forehead? It's a single blow to the forehead. A cut. Blow. Okay, I got her here.
Hey, Your Honor, what do you think about the witness's statement? I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly contradicts the, I thought... you don't sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Jason overruled. I don't think that won me any points to the judge. Fuck.
My perfect run, dude. I was never gonna lose any points ever. So, my theory here was that it reads as if it was a blunt strike, and he's talking about a cut. I could try presenting this. Wait, isn't it all like saving? Oh, there it is. Where I get fucked over. I'm gonna try presenting this because this doesn't look like a cut. It does look like a cut. That's good to know. Okay, apparently it does look like a cut. This is news to me. The bottle isn't broken. I mean, I could try that. No, Mikey. Because now we're into like the nitty gritty of it. All right, we just lost a point. God damn it! That happens way too much. I'm glad we got out of the way early. I load what I mean to save. I save what I mean to load. Let's go. Okay. That's fine. It's fine. But we're into the part where like. Where I'd be arguing that this doesn't look like a cut. What do you get cut with if it says it was by a single blow to the forehead? Surely it's with the bottle. I guess I need help because I don't know. I feel like our logic here is sound. We just can't present it correctly. Because it seems to imply that he died via a blunt hit. But he's implying here that he got cut. Which is wrong, or at least you need to like line it up properly. I know the answer. Well, would you like to give a hint? I presented this, it was wrong. This was wrong. This was wrong. But the fact that there was blood on his forehead, well. Where the card could be. Well, we presented this and it was wrong. I can try presenting this. I guess. Objection! Okay, that was right. I can't believe. Okay. Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes. Take a look at the photograph on the crime scene. See the victim here? He's wearing a hat. I wouldn't think that you could see blood on his forehead. Good point.
Justice, next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph into it.
Mr. Wright, could you explain this to the court?
Huh, I forgot to mention something. No, I was the one who put that hat on his head.
Eh? You?
Put a hat on his dead man's head? He wore through an entire poker game. After calling the police, when he returned to the scene, his head was in full view, shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked up his head off the floor and put it on his head.
Why would you do a thing like that?
All I can say is, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I touched at the crime scene.
So, Mr. really didn't see it? It being the victim's its head?
I think not. She's not cold. I believe it's the only one who witnessed his head.
Ah, here we go again, Mr.
Gavin?
Pardon. It seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case.
Hey, he's still our client, isn't he?
I believe that's enough of that.
Mr. Gavin.
This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago.
Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Christoph. I never knew.
I believe it was you who threw the first stone.
Mr. Wright, if you tend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or ever. Never. But I'll be misled. I haven't told a single lie here.
Huh?
When I noticed the trap, I put the card in the bottle to dispose of it. When I put the hat on the victim's head, let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? That reason is right here.
Your cell phone?
That night, I recall that I spoke with the defense attorney Gavin after calling the police, just in case I recorded our conversation.
What's this?
Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Hey, Christoph, seem a bit of trouble.
Oh, what's this? Game not going well?
Something like that.
That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good?
He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him. Hard.
You mean someone cracked that flawless bone china plate? It wasn't you, was it?
Me, please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. Bone china plate. Not a porcelain, very smooth and shiny. And not a plate, but a pate. I believe he was referring to a certain gentleman's balding forehead. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion, not indicating my forehead.
Wait a second. I think I'm right about that phone call. So, after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, you left the Borscht Bowl Club?
Most certainly.
Then, how did he know? When did he see this bone china pate?
Oh, that's right. Yes. That was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene, and when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage's been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head?
So, this is your reason? The reason why you put the victim's hat back on?
Your point, Mr. Gavin.
It's come down to this, has it, Phoenix Wright?
Order. I would have order. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear the defense attorney Gavin's testimony?
As the prosecutor,
Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes, after which Mr. Gavin will take his stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that?
Crystal clear, Your Honor.
Oh, very well. This will be the final recess for the day.
Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in Judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I?
Huh? Oh?
What? Hello, sir. Please pick a card.
What the fuck? Not you!
What's all this about? Is this one okay? Excellent.
No, wait, no, she has to have a voice.
I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. Trump card. The card you've chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. An ace. Remember that card from?
Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It's 5 aces in all. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
Missing 5th ace.
Wait, is that a Capcom card?
This botch of red. Is this blood? You have your trump card.
You have your trump. Hold on. You have. Hold on. You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. I thought the fate in your hands. I know you can do it. You know, because she's a magician. I'm sure she's gonna get a different voice by the time she shows back up, but
this bloodstained card. My trump card for finding the truth? Well, deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what all this meant. A girl. I've seen her recently. But where?
That's when I made the connection. Thank God he's smarter than Phoenix. Thank God. And she also just literally said her dad. That's what they call me, Bloody Ace. April 20th, 2:45 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Order now reconvene. What did it say? Two mysterious girl could be the missing 5th ace. Judge Attorney Christoph Gavin, please take the stand. Now then, if you would, Mr. Bain.
Yes, Your Honor. The witness state his name and occupation. Is this fast necessary, Your Honor?
Believe me, far stranger things forgotten in this courtroom.
Fine. I'll play along.
But first, there's one thing you have to make clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat?
Secret? I'm guessing he means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald? I forgive my curiosity, but what is it about this fellow's head? Arno seems to have an inordinate interest in it. Forgive my inquiry, but what's with airline food? And another thing.
Oh, I wouldn't call it inordinate, Mr. Gavin. Oh! They play the theme!
Mr. Wright, what do you think you're doing, Wright?
Now things should look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore that hat all night. Everyone's taken off except for that one time.
That one time, being the instant he was hit.
Oh!
When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, you would have to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say.
Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin?
I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What?
Poor Payne, dude. He's just here.
Oh, I assure you I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well, allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night.
Finally, you begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in the events of that fateful night?
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. Went down to the basement and peeked through the little window to the hideout. It must have been the night after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. Bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed he was not the best place for me to be at the time, and so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So, you witnessed a murder? A bit of a wish. I missed the actual moment of the deed.
Mr. Gavin, I remind you that you want Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client.
What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all.
So you are, Mr. Gavin. And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window.
Mr. Wright?
You had to say that because that was the only probable window opportunity. Right, Apollo?
Oh. I mean, I never liked him anyway. He didn't pay me enough.
Let's go.
Oh, Mr. Wright, defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared?
Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I put him up against Mr. Gavin. This trial's getting weirder and weirder. Hideout, is that a valid spelling? No, I think it's quirky. Like it is hideout with an I, but I think it's hideout with a Y. As in like probably Jekyll and Hyde. It's supposed to be like a little, because it's an attraction, because it's like a historic piece. Anyway.
The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me.
That man. You, Mr. Smith?
No, I meant Phoenix.
Help me, Gordon.
He was different from the other customers. His aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. So then you know the true nature of your client's job. Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal.
No, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all.
Word from my friend, I returned to the club. You see, I fear this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle a little score.
I see. What happened then?
I went down to the basement and peeked through the little window in the hideout.
The little window? You mean the one used to keep watch up at the stairs?
Yes, a relic of an ancient past. The Black Marketeers used it, I believe.
Why'd you go through trouble of peeking through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room?
I didn't want to upset Wright, you see.
Upset Mr. Wright?
Yes, one of my fears have been confounded. Walking in on the match. Bad form, to say the least.
So far, everything he's saying makes sense. Epicon. How do you know it was right after the murder?
Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting that out of my testimony.
And there he is, the coolest defense in the West we know and love. You when you're standing up here on the witness stand, some things never change.
I was afraid you'd change too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours.
Friends like this, who needs enemies? Say hi, I'm gonna take a shower and change to see my parents. Ooh, have fun.
The victim was dead. Here's the photo.
By photo, you mean the second photograph of the crime scene.
Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead.
Then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat.
Did he charge the scene of the crime for us?
Those were the only three at the scene of the crime?
Yes, as far as I saw at least. Then we're back to where we started. Chili was the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Who else could it have been? But why didn't you talk to the police? 2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend.
There must have been someone else in there at the moment of the crime.
Justice, I saw no one, not a soul.
But that goes against what Mr. Wright said.
Yes, this mysterious fourth person. Who could have conveniently be the real killer, I suppose?
Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin.
Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap card in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us a reason why such a thing would be necessary.
How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Apollo, the card was swapped out was the 5th ace. 5th ace. Right.
Mr. Justice, question of why the killer would swap out the card has been raised. Can you point to a reason?
Yeah.
It's now or never. The defense would like to present evidence to the court. Evidence showing the reason why a card was swapped out.
Was Phoenix caught in a crime? Yeah. I don't think he's been caught in a crime before.
Go ahead and point out the reason, Mr. Justice. Why did the killer take the fifth ace?
Let's check this one out. My reason is, this. Is that nice?
Why, it's got blood on it. My next is a spade.
What?
Look at him twitch. Thrice with technicality. Oh, you're right, actually. Crime did, like, happen around him, but he was never, like, directly accused, I think is what I was referring to. But you're right, yeah, crimes have, like, happened right in front of him, like, 5 times.
This is insane. Why wasn't I told about this? Why?
What could this be?
He was accused 3 times. No, he wasn't, like, defending himself. He wasn't like, it was Maya that was like defend Maya. They weren't like, oh, it was Wright who did the murder this time, like from the beginning. Okay. There were a handful of times where they were like, but it could have been you. But it was never like, it's you. Today, now. Because he had a best Oh, you're talking about the before. I'm thinking of him in his lawyer face. Okay, yes. Before, once he was a defendant before with the, yes. Okay, all right, you hit me with lore, okay? I was thinking during his lawyer phase, not his art. Okay, are we good? Are you happy? I was wrong. I forgot, okay? I was thinking about it wrong, okay? Are we good? Can I play the game? You're in the imposter case. Yeah, but that was a him. He didn't do it. He didn't do any of them. So therefore, he wasn't accused of anything, because, you know, that's apparently the new definition of the word. Let's all relax. No, we are relaxed. Hey. Okay, you can close the Phoenix Wright Wikipedia. We're gonna move on.
Oh, could this be the missing fifth ace?
Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card?
Well, that's the thing. Mr. Kaplan's so upset. Just a fishy card from the fishy girl. Yeah, I forgot about the Yakuza. Alright. Oh, that card? It's mine. And I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade after all.
No, impossible. Unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud.
Fraud? Would you be so sure?
What?
I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene. The real killer. Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason?
Well, the reason for?
Where the killer would take the card from the scene of the crime.
Where are you going with this?
Take another look at the photo. At the victim's head. The moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his head. Wouldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood.
Regardless, that evidence is not permissible.
Hmm?
Right? Regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime it is to conceal evidence.
Oh. We can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important now is that I've answered your question.
What are you talking about?
You wanted to know why the killer would have taken a card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see.
This is a baseless conjecture. Baseless.
Oh, I assure you it's quite based. I can assure you. It's quite based. Okay, enough laughing at a word. Okay. Okay, wait, screenshot? Okay.
What? No, it's cringe.
It's amazing, really. How a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yeah? I'm trying picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. In your brainscape. Phoenix, I can't imagine anything. I'm one of those people that, like, only has words. Oh, shit. Okay, well, here, look at this diagram. Oh, shit. Yo, they're flexing the DS. The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table, and, before they could swap the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Well, what is it? Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position is this diagram doesn't fit? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose position does it fit in the bloody card? You want to be able to see it. Right? The second witness in the problem. Are the second witnesses? Would be Mr. Gavin, yes? The second witness is far less problematic than yours right now, Justice. One, perhaps, perilous is a fetid word. I cannot see what the bloodstained card has to do with the second witness's location. Because he can't see. Well, I'm afraid you're no more than a penalty this time. Ow. Your Honor, one chance, please. I suppose. Don't think it over, Mr. Justice. It's simple. Yeah, it'd be the victim. It's the victim. Whose position does it fit the bloody card? It's because the victim is like leaned back in his chair. Right? Isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I don't follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Arr. Take a look at the photo again. If he bled in this position, then the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Right, that's right. So, what does this mean? Incidentally, we're sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh, man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. What? What do you mean try? The chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. We have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. Where Mr. Wright from informing the police, which way was the chair facing? Getting back to the room, the body was facing a scene in the photo. That would mean the killer turned the chair back around. Let's take the next step. Let's diagram once more. We know that the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder, but this creates another significant contradiction.
Again?
Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Apollo, whose location of the diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims? The killers? The witnesses? The second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction the victim was facing away? Now is it him?
Phoenix, I'm lost. Phoenix, I need your help.
What?
Phoenix, what the fuck are you talking about? This is my case. What are you doing? You're making me look bad in front of the judge. That doesn't make sense. It's the second witness. You mean to say I don't make sense? Oh, no, of course you do, sir. As I thought. Help.
Mr. Justice, I'm a little hard feeling. Did you just say something? Would you be so kind enough to show the court one more time what you mean?
Phoenix? Phoenix, help me. Phoenix? Phoenix, I need your help. Phoenix, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, I couldn't save. Phoenix. Okay, hold on. This is the first case. This is bad. This is bad. I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice. Normally, I'm on top of these things. You want the answer. I want a confirmation once I have an answer. We'll go with that. Whose location creates a contradiction if the victim was facing away? And at the very bottom left. Who's me? Oh my. Oh. Okay. Anyway. Surely it would. Whose location on this diagram introduces our new understanding of the crime? Is it the killer? Is it the killer? Because the killer would have to get closer. Yes.
The victim was struck from the front, correct?
Indeed.
Oh, it would be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is?
I think it'd be quite hard. Yes.
Yes, but what you're saying makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game?
Well, this sufficient reason will soon come to light.
The what?
Setting this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look at again the diagram. Apollo. Remember to save this time? Okay, I got this. I'm on top of it. I'm ready. The victim was struck while he was sitting shown here. Where would his assailant be standing? Try marking on the diagram.
What? But
there's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry. Let's think it through. We'll see what we find. You know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from the front?
in his lap.
Well, I guess the killer would have to be, here?
Anything to say, Mr. Justice?
Sorry? Okay, I should not be saying in his lap. Okay, the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. It's the only thing we know for sure. Oh, they would have to be in the wall. Have to be standing here.
You get points for a flare, but that's all you get.
There's something there too.
I hardly need to point out that standing here would be impossible. The victim is facing a solid cupboard. Are you claiming the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above?
It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know. The moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there.
What's this now?
I mean, that's the only explanation, right, Mr. Gavin? can't believe I got points dinked off for saying it was in his lap. Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Our bailiff, send a team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. Your Honor? What? There's one more thing. There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Yes. Oh. Oh, I see. You do belong in the courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Well, let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It's been changed. If the killer... Until you're ready to look for who asked. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this cupboard wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Thank you. As you can see, the cupboard was the problem. At the time of the murder, it has to be as shown here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene once more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. What I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Huh? Oh, dang. Notice something about it? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. Rather, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is the victim, the killer, the witness, the second witness? Which indicators try to contradict which we know about the crime?
The killer was in the victim's lap again.
About this cupboard. Are we okay with assuming it was moved? I'm sure why not. Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. The cupboard would completely cover up the window to the stairs. That's right. Someone staying outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin.
What did you say?
Oh, is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool?
Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right?
It's only a game till someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window of that room was blocked by a cupboard. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order? It's a court of law and I will have order. We just now received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. Hey, well, examine the cupboard in the hideout, Your Honor. Yeah, this thing's like hollow, pal. I could just shove it. Oh, what'd they find? No, Your Honor. Turns out there is a secret passage behind it. Right? Yeah, I just pushed the whole thing over. Yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room that many of our regulars know about. I do remember saying something about that, now that he mentions it. Secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're entangled in illegal goings-on. You never know, you might need to duck away from your eyes of the law. So the room is a secret passage. Where does it go? The other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops. Enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. Time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Wright's return from calling the cops. What about her really? What was she doing that entire time? Being unconscious? She was knocked out, like, before the murder. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something. Why lie? Probably to cover Kristoff. She's probably gonna get paid. Oh yeah, and that too. She lied to not be accused of the murder. No, that's what really happened that night. Actually, I think we can probably figure it out for ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith, a date with destiny.
There he crouched, hidden in the secret passage behind the cupboard, holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it.
How'd you do that? Wait, I'll get help. Wait, that was Phoenix. Knock it out.
Miss Olga Orley was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone with the hideout with the unconscious dealer. And then our killer stepped out from the secret passage into the hideout.
The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside.
He wheeled the chair around to look, and after the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card.
He would have, of course, realized he needed to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime.
Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, you might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red.
Oh! So how do you get the card?
Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
Prosecution will continue the investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant here is hereby cleared of all suspicion.
Drink it out of the bottle. No, what happened to the... Like, how did he be like, oh shit, gotta swap out these cards and take this ace away? How did Phoenix's daughter get the card?
Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin, but I'm afraid circumstances call for me to issue a warrant for your arrest immediately.
Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. Not every day you see a witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand.
Your point, Mr. Gavin?
Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick.
Well, excuse me.
The defendant is cleared of all suspicion. This is hardly time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright doesn't prove anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. And not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney.
Well, illegal evidence.
Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason, at present, to suspect me of wrongdoing?
Of course. This bottle, for instance.
The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking.
How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints. Am I right, Mr. Payne? Actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down.
I seem to recall this being an issue earlier.
The court in this case demanded an explanation. I can only think of one reason why you'd hold the bottle upside down, and that is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor.
Oh. Seeing how the codfish squirms the last. Well, Apollo? No. I know Phoenix gave it to her, but how did Phoenix get the card from the guy who was trying to hide it?
Yes?
Well, seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that?
Yeah. Just like what? Why does anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to...
Oh. Not from the deck of cards. Wait, so the guy just like hid the bloody ace and like... Okay.
I'm thinking this explanation is only a legitimate one. Is there really another?
Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight.
How about you just say the answer in plain words?
Well, it would be hasty to finish with unanswered questions, indeed. Mr. Justice?
Mr. Gavin said that the court in this case demanded an explanation. Don't worry, Justice won't leave until justice is done.
Perhaps the defense would get to land the court. What evidence do you have to explain why the fingerprints on the bottle are upside down?
Yes, Winnie?
It's not this, is it? To like grab him out of the... The ball's where you hit the cheat card. Yeah. But how do I, what evidence do I give to say that? Do I present the bottle and then say it's not in here? Wait, it makes sense that he stuffed the card up there. I'll present the bottle?
That seems a perfect time for a penalty.
That was, not it. Be like, hey, look, the card isn't in here. Because I'm pretty sure that's the logic, is that he held it upside down to put the card in there. And don't tell me that I was right when I was looking at the fucking card, the fucking image earlier. Don't tell me it was this. What, Joe? Go ahead. Because he was chugging the wine that night, Your Honor. He grabbed it and put it on his lips. It actually used to show you then explain, Your Honor. God damn it. God damn it. Why? Why am I doubting myself? I need to let go and just be like, oh, this, okay, yeah, that, yeah. It's just, I'm thinking too hard. I already know the answer. I already know everything. And I just like go over it. Like, yeah, whatever. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me, on the floor? Yeah. Now reach down and pick it up without getting out of your chair.
Ah.
See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down. Look at this photograph. Taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano. Bottles of grape juice on the floor to the side of the piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times and then chug them. Like, swirl the thing to make it pour out faster into his mouth. To get as drunk as possible. On what is obviously wine.
Wow, can't believe it was that simple.
You're all at dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, used the bottle on the table to do the deed, then you must have remembered. So you went around and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon. Which is why we can't find the card.
Order. What do you have to say to the charges, Mr. Gaffney?
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Well, this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? Claim that I switched the bottle? Where's your proof?
Prove? Oh, that's,
As I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation?
Yes, I have remember what I did. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles questioned. What, are you going to test that for fingerprints too? I don't be surprised if anyone on that but his.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. True. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, follow.
Yeah?
Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle?
But why?
Just humor me.
Mr. Wright.
That bottle will solve this case once and for all.
What?
Some bottle. There it is. There's something inside the bottle.
this? That card. It can't be.
Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga O'Reilly? Yes, our little swirling vodka.
That night I played the card like I was supposed to. And Mr. Wright lost the hand just like he was supposed to. Then Miss Smith searched him. But the playing the card was gone. The trap failed then. Wait. This isn't... You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one that you mentioned in the piece of testimony?
I happened to put my hand in my pocketbook and found a card. Yeah, so I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of the card before the game began. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice I had been drinking right beside me again. I threw the card inside the bottle. 5 of hearts. This is the card. Also swapped. The only one who could have done that was the 4th person in the club that night. You, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Oh. He repaired the borscht for a second. That is all.
Is your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right?
Revenge?
Revenge for the events that took away your Tony's badge 7 years ago.
My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I do is point the finger of justice in the proper direction.
Fine. I'm glad we could have this little tete-a-tete, right? Yeah, this is insane. What about me? Don't I gotta prosecute anyone?
I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, report first on Christoph Gavin.
He's admitted everything. We're prosecuting his arrest now.
I see. Still, I just wonder why he would do such a thing. Didn't even have any connection to the victim. Did he?
None that we know of.
Mr. Wright, have anything to add? Told you. I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. What about this victim, Mr. Shady Smith? His occupation was listed as traveler. Our profession, to be sure. That's all we know about him.
I'll arrange follow-up investigation, Your Honor.
Oh, good. Mr. Wright? Yes? For 7 years. Still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and a lawyer. You're extremely talented, to be sure. I needed 2 things before I confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated. This courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo.
Me?
This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We have to set it right.
Mr. Wright?
Our work lies ahead of us. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, that was weird. Anyway, good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Yes, right, get the confetti out. It's been like 7 years. Excellent. He smiled at me. The court's adjourned. April 20th, 428, District Court, defendant lobby number 3. Thanks, Paulo. Came through, just like I thought you would.
Pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. the killer.
I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability.
My ability?
Yes, sensitivity I lack. I'm coming to understand it soon enough.
Wait, I wonder if he means... I have a question for the witness then. So you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim? Is this true? True? Of course it's true. Just weird vibe I'm getting, dude.
The vibe check.
What was that, Mr. Wright?
You'll have to find the answer to that question yourself.
The answer? Right.
It was full of questions without answers, most of them about Mr. Gavin.
What possible reason could he have had to commit the murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come.
Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you?
The locket is the key.
Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture's in your locket. Your daughter, right?
Well, the first male Fae descendant to have powers? Apollo's a Fae defend? What? That's right. He's my dog. No, you're right about this locket.
Eh?
I took this off his neck the night he died. But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him.
Wait, but that's perjury! You testified! You said the locket was yours!
I said no such thing, actually.
Huh?
I really said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. And it's the truth.
Wait, but then, why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside it?
Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. You're still just getting started with your career.
Speaking of which, I maybe have a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. I can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs.
Well,
Yes?
how about coming to work for me? You play the piano, I'll be the guy playing cards.
Eh? You mean at the Raincoal Law Offices?
Oh man, the Borscht.
Wait, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it.
I can't imagine it to be true, but...
Didn't you? You're not a...
Oh, I turned in my badge. Yes, I'm not an attorney anymore.
That incident 7 years ago, that legendary trial. And at the middle of it all is one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. You thought about coming back to the courts?
I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There's a single piece of forged evidence.
Forged evidence? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick.
One piece of... I was right! I was fucking right! I knew it!
I was like, where do you get this? What the fuck are you talking about?
It just seemed, well, too perfect. I bet this was the forged evidence. You mean this, don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, that card shouldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? This kid took it with him when he left. Leaving the wrong card in its place. Luckily for us.
Forged evidence? It's fraud.
Fraud? How can you be so sure? I would think that the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Damn. Damn! Look at him. Yo! Bad boy Phoenix Wright. Actually forging evidence. Wasn't that like a big thing in the first game? Like Edgeworth allegedly used forged evidence, and now Phoenix is like, yeah, it's my turn. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago.
Then, you really...
Yeah, I forged this card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real.
But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney.
Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? Actually, this is absolutely based.
It's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago.
Well, none of that matters much now, does it? No, there's no way that he used forged evidence 7 years ago. He's just leaning into it.
I punched him.
It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office's address. Drop in, if you like.
You're right.
Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, take that, next time. I find it packs a little more punch. Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. He punched him. Yeah. And with that, Mr. Right walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved. And at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day, connected by a single thread of logic. I found that out soon enough.
My name is Apologizes, turning out law.
That's how my story begins. Jesus Christ. So then he is implying that he forged the evidence. There's no way. There's no way Phoenix forged anything. Hey, sorry. James over. Hold on. Apparently this is spoiling stuff, so I'll just be back here. Are the other two games updated? What do you mean updated? Here. Look. Switch games. The Dual Destinies. It starts with an anime. I'm spoiling myself just for you. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but I'm getting out of here before I see anything else. The museum section contains spoilers. Thank you. This gives me no information. What, you don't want to watch the anime? Okay. This could be it. Obviously. When's the next stream? It should be Sunday. I can't really do it tomorrow. I mean, this worked out better than I thought I would. I was nervous to be in the middle of a thing. But no, this is great. We'll be back on Sunday. You guys have a good evening. Have a good night. You look for many more trees ambushing. Wait a minute. Go!